everyone. How's everybody doing? I know that was a lackluster hello, but I am a little bit under the weather, so please forgive the low energy. But I am happy that it is Wednesday and it is time for the breakdown. I'm your host, Catherine, aka Gamer. Thank you. Feeling all kinds of under the weather. But I've got my trusty cup and magic juice inside, and we're gonna push through. Magic juice. It is magic juice. I swear. It's the voice from above, and he's questioning the magic juice.
What type of magic juice is this today?
The type that 21 and under should not be. That's good. I mean, when you're sick, it's like chicken soup, whiskey, tea, and your favorite blankie.
Yeah, I was about to ask. You're not putting that all together, are you? Like whiskey,
no,
chicken soup.
No.
Hey,
I hope that's my sick walk. My sick walk. I know, guys. Don't worry. Next week I'll be so much better.
That's a promise, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I'm only sick every Wednesday. I'm only sick. No, I'm only ever sick when Jack texts me and he needs like a quick response. I'm like,
It's kind of like whenever I ask you about like, hey, did you fill out blank or whatever? You're like, I can't today. I don't work. I don't work today.
I don't work today. That's
like I don't work on day. Name a day.
Yeah.
I feel like you even gave me a time once. I was like, hey, did you look at this? Like, yeah, I can't work. It's 6:00 or it's 2:30. I don't work at 2:30. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
He was like, what? I was like, yes, I don't work on, I think it was like Saturday. I was like, I don't work on Saturday.
No, it was like a weekday. It was something where I was like, what? Like, I honestly took you seriously. I was like, oh crap, is it like some kind of holiday I'm not aware of? And you were like, no, you idiot. Like,
it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday and I don't feel like working. I mean, I give you a lot of shit, but I do sometimes on occasions appreciate you and actually think of you as a friend. And then I sober up and I'm like, oh, what was I thinking? What was I thinking?
You're not supposed to be drunk without me.
I know, right? It's our thing. What's in your cup tonight? You need a breakdown cup. Yeah.
I do. I need,
You need a breakdown
I definitely do. That thing is fancy too, and it looks nice and like big. I like big coffee mugs. I drink so much coffee. I can't have that like little coffee cup where you take like a sip and it's gone. What is that?
I'll send you one with my name on it.
You should send me one that's like the High Heel Gamer, and that way
like this one.
Yeah. Convenient segue into promoting your merch.
Thank you. I appreciate you. See, these are the moments that I appreciate you. Oh, I got a new toy. So literally, as soon as I signed off last week, I walk into the living room and Zach's like, this was just delivered by the UPS. And I'm like, what did I order this time?
Like, you didn't even remember. That's how much stuff you ordered.
No, I was like, what is this? And then I opened the box and I was like, yes! Bam!
Dude.
Like, I love him so much. I know he's not comic book related.
Yeah, he is. Rick and Morty's comic. They have a comic.
They have a comic? Okay. Mm-hmm. I love Rick and Morty. It's like my favorite thing.
Okay, I'm sure I'm about to piss off so many people. Can we talk about the new seasons of Rick and Morty? I have not finished them all, but the new episodes.
Okay. So I actually enjoyed this season. Like, I didn't hate it. I do feel like it went by too fast. I wanted more. I ended up wanting more, and now they're on repeat. So now I'm like, okay, there's other seasons. Like, stop playing the same 4 episodes. Like, I'm over it. But I liked it. I thought it was classic Rick and Morty bullshit. And
really, because that's why I think people.
You think it's subdued?
It's not that it's subdued. It's like new writers, and I know it's not because I looked into it. I was like,
yeah, no, it's everybody's the same.
but it's almost like they're trying too hard to like capture the Rick and Morty essence that worked the first time
Uh,
around.
I
I
could
just
see that.
It's just not as
So
good.
no, so the first, I'm not gonna. I get what you're saying because the first time around, it was like, okay, I was
Yeah,
watching the episodes to watch the episode, and I was like, all right. And
yeah,
then I'm not probably about the third go around because, like I said, it's a short season,
yeah,
and it's like on crazy repeat. So the third go around, I was like, no, I get that. Like I could totally see Rick and Morty doing that from before. It's just a different little spin because new adventures, new thing. This is season what, 4?
yeah. And,
So
and they
I
signed a contract where you were saying earlier, like we know that there's more seasons. They signed something to do like it
mhm,
was like 75 episodes, new episodes, or
yep,
whatever
yeah,
that was. And I'm like,
yeah.
they better get better. That's my
You're gonna have to. Okay, so there is one episode that I was just like, what just happened? And I'm trying to look it up right now. Um,
like
it was
this.
com- it was
Is it the
confusing.
snake thing? Is it the snake thing?
I think so.
Because that I felt very forced to me. It felt very, 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 very forced.
Um, oh, the old man and the seat. The You probably haven't. Well, yeah, you said
I have not
this
seen
is
all of the new ones,
this
but
is episode 2.
oh
This
yeah,
is uh the toilet one where Rick like hunts down who is
it's on
sitting
his
on his
toilet.
toilet.
That actually did feel very Rick and Morty. I'll give it on that. That one
It
felt right
felt
up
a
there.
little, I don't know,
But
like yes, Rick
slapstick.
has feelings, but Rick doesn't have feelings for people he doesn't really know. So for him
Yeah,
to be sad sitting on the toilet, I was like, that's not a Rick thing to do. If it was, you know, Morty, I guess it'd be a
if
little
yeah,
different.
yeah.
You know?
And if it was like now, given that, and I guess like technically this could be a spoiler alert if you haven't watched the first seasons of Rick and Morty, and if you haven't watched Rick and Morty, get out from under a rock and go
Yeah,
watch
for
Rick
real.
and Morty. But in that, I don't know, whatever the second or third season or whatever it was, when they introduced, oh, what was her name? His girlfriend, the entity, the
Oh, I don't remember
and her
her name, but
name is
she was
like,
like, oh, crap, was she blue? I think she
uh,
was blue. Or am I thinking
well,
of?
one version of her, but she took over. She was like a hive mind, and so she took over everybody's mind. So he was having sex with the entire planet. You know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so at the end of that episode, he lost her. She left him. And they did it was the final episode of some season. And it was like he went home and all the kids were like, "Oh, you're back." And he was like, "Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, relationships are stupid." And then he goes in his garage and he sets up a device and tests it and kills this little creature. And then he like sat down and put the thing to his head. And he was so drunk that he passed out right before it went off. Like he was trying to kill himself. So he's clearly depressed. He's
Hmm.
clearly upset and cares about her. So he has cared about somebody besides Morty
Well,
and his
yeah,
daughter,
but
but
this person he was
effing
in love
stranger.
with them. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't in love with this thing that was pooping on his toilet. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I
that
don't
wasn't.
know. And if we are pissing somebody off, feel free to chime in and tell us what why we're wrong. But
Yeah, please do, because I mean it's the story of my life. I haven't lived if somebody doesn't tell me I'm wrong about something. Um, uh, right, for real. So I the rattlesnake one is Rattlestar Ricacula, play
oh
on Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, that one wasn't like my fave, but um, I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. And we're not just gonna crap all over Rick and Morty this episode, but
Oh no, because
I
you're
just
the only one crapping on it.
I just the the tweets are gonna come at me this time, I guess.
Yeah, they are.
But
I liked it. I liked the season, but I'm super in love with my Rick figure. He's like uh, climbing up my favorite ladder, my favorites ladder.
well, I wish I could just break it out, but I do have They're like Lego. It's not Lego. It's a total off-brand thing. I don't know who actually makes them, but they're like these little Lego sets. You'll see them at Target and stuff, and they they were cheap when I got them anyway. And it's like comes with a little scene, so it'll be like his lab with the
Oh,
garage or
yes.
whatever,
Yeah, I
and
know
you
what
have to
you're
put it
talking
together. And those are freaking awesome. They're some of my favorite things. Like my wife's got me a couple in the past, and my
about. I have a
favorite
South
by
Park one.
far is I have Scary Terry with like his basement. I love
Oh,
Scary Terry. Scary
nice.
Terry is awesome, bitch.
Excuse me, people. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm under the weather.
And for
I
those
have
of you who
the
know who Scary Terry is, like
good on you.
mad props to you. Yeah,
Yeah,
good
good
on
on
you.
you. I have the South Park scene where it's the superheroes.
Well, where they're the superheroes
Yeah.
with are you talking about with the Coon? Coon and Friends? I if no we are not on topic today. But let me just say, if you are a South Park fan and you somehow missed the whole Coon and Friends saga, I feel bad for you because it's one of their best. It is so good. And like, just what's the blueberry crunch or whatever his name is? They're like, that's not a superhero. He's like, I'm blueberry crunch. The
There's
fucking
there's
cereal.
Kite Man.
Right,
Um,
man. Yes.
there's Tupper. I think it's
Yeah, he's like a
Tupperware.
Tupperware man or something.
Yeah.
Like
But always my
mosquito.
favorite is Professor Chaos, who is
Oh yeah.
Butters.
Oh
He's
man.
like my favorite. I actually have Professor Chaos pop.
Of
Um,
course you do.
of course I have a
Yeah,
Professor
Professor
Chaos,
Chaos
but
is awesome.
yeah.
Random trivia. I don't know if you knew this, but I was literally watching special features. This is how old I am on the DVDs. Ooh, this ancient technology. Maybe y'all have seen it. Scribed on the caves. But on the special features, they actually told a story where they're like, Butters is one of their producers. Like his name is like last name is like Butters or something, or they
Oh my
call him
gosh.
Butters. And he has this voice where he's like, "Hey guys, come on guys, don't be like that." And they always picked on him, like in the office. They would just
No,
give him crap all
I
the
did not
time. And they didn't tell him, but they were like, "Let's put Butters in an episode." So he's just like his very first episode. They're like, "Hey Butters," he's like, "Hey guys, you want to do this?" And they're like,
know.
"No,
Yeah.
get out of here. Nobody likes you, or whatever." And that's it.
Yeah, that was
Well,
it.
and so it was like a stab at the producer. And the producer was like,
Mhm.
"That's funny, guys, whatever." But then the fan mail started pouring
About
in, and
Butters.
people were like, "We want more Butter." So they never had any attention of Butters being
No,
like a character.
that part I did know. I did not know he was based off of a code, like their boss almost pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
Who
did
talks
know
that
that
way?
right. who does that? I did know that he wasn't like a real idea. I know that he was just put in there for filler type of thing,
Yeah,
and then everybody was like, "I need Butters."
we need Butters. I love Butters.
Yeah, he's my favorite. My favorite will always be the ninja star that got stuck in
Yes.
his eye. Like I'm like, oh,
They dress him
Butter.
up as a dog to take him to a vet because they're like, we'll get in trouble if we go to a doctor. They're like, you gotta act like a dog, Butters. Like, woof. He's like, woof,
I love the
woof, 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 woof.
crying.
That's amazing. I had forgotten about that episode. That's a great
Oh
one
my
because
god,
they
it's
do
like
the whole anime. Like
yes,
every time
that's
they break out their weapons,
and then they
dude,
throw it and it hits Butters.
it's like, and then it goes back to reality, and they're all like, "Oh shit, dude." I love like half the kids, like Token and his friends, are like, "Peace."
Yeah. Oh yeah, because they were the rival ones because they had
Yeah.
different weapons and stuff, and they were like, oh, "We are not taking the blame for this. We're out." Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I know, we're kind of all over the place, guys, and I mean, this is what you get when you have me around. Yes, this is a comic book show, but I love everything.
And nowadays, everything's got a comic. I mean, there are South Park comics.
Yeah, there are. And I mean, and if you guys are comic book fans, if you guys are a fan of me, you guys know that I'm gonna talk about some shit.
I will say, I literally, as you were talking, I looked up and I was like, "Oh, actually, I will show you one of my favorite Rick and Morty things that I have."
Please do.
All right. Alright, so let's see,
Sounded terrible, but you know what I
let's
mean.
hope you know him by name.
Macy's.
That's not Meeseeks.
That's not
That's not the
Macy's?
Meeseeks. No,
Oh,
what's
no,
going
the
on?
Macy's are the blue ones.
Yeah, the
Right?
Meeseeks are all the blue guys. Come on. Come on, who is that? Come on. It's a little bright. I know it's
No,
a little bright. Look.
no, I know, because
Who's this little guy? His name is
fuck.
Mr.
I'm like so dumb right now. Sure, I
His
don't care.
name his name is Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Oh God, Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Remember
Yeah, does he come back
Beth
in the? Oh,
shoots him?
he's not in this one. He's
No, I
at
haven't
the
seen him at
end
all in the
of.
new series.
He's at the end of.
He's in a bunch. He's usually does a wrap up at the end of the season,
No,
but
there's
Beth
one
shoots
where
him in
he
the
comes
stomach.
back. No, there's one where he comes back and he's got like a kid
Yeah,
and a wife.
that he hates.
And does that happen before or after Beth shoots him? I can't remember.
I think that's after.
Okay, because he
Because
was
I
like,
think
I
he's
bet
got
you
his
wonder
crutch.
where I was.
Yeah, I
What?
think he's got like a crutch, and he's like, "Oh gosh, I got a wife and a kid. Oh boy." That's one of my
Yeah.
favorite episodes. Is the imaginary, like every time you think of some, they like do a flashback, and suddenly there's more imaginary creatures in the room. That episode's amazing. I know
Um,
people. There's like probably people tuning in and tuning out. Like, I thought these people talked about comic books. This is
we
freaking Morgan
do. We
bullshit.
talk about comics, but like every great show, there's usually a topic that's somewhat in the realm
Right.
of comics.
It's
And
true.
because I'm sick, this is what's happening. Okay, I'm
Yeah. I
sorry.
mean,
I get
it's
grumpy when I'm
Pat's show, y'all. You have to deal with whatever she decides to do.
I'm really sorry, guys. Like, I really am. I legit have not been feeling well. And then, like, I'm dropping the ball everywhere. I'm like texting professors, like, hey, I know I just got into the Honor Society, but can I hand this in late? Can I get
Nice.
24 hours?
To be fair, I was never in the honor society
Oh, yeah.
for anything. So
I have above 3.5 grade point average. Yeah, yo. I have completed extra assignments because I'm that person. And
mm,
now I'm doing an internship. Yay! That's all
internships.
the, that's all the energy I have.
And if it's not something like too dirty and too underground, what
It
is
is
the
underground.
internship?
It is straight underground.
If you don't mind me asking,
It is straight underground. No,
it's a stripper internship, isn't it?
I'm doing remote social media
Oh,
managing for different. It's freelance right now because it's not based on one company because of COVID.
hmm.
Usually, what they want is to go into some a company within your career field, but because of COVID,
Oh,
they allowed me to do freelance and
right. Branch it out a
so,
little bit.
so
Yeah, I mean, I did so many weird internships. Like I was I'm amazed they let me graduate. I I did like I did some internships they straight up were like, this doesn't count. And I was like, well, whatever, I had fun. But my last internship that they finally made me do to count was because I was so deep into audio and video editing. I interned with a recording studio, which was out in the middle of nowhere, but it was so swank. And I've been in a bunch of recording studios, but this is like the coolest, artsiest,
yeah,
swankiest. Yeah,
God,
like all of his soundproofing was like art designed. So you walked in and just looked like a really cool room. And then he'd be like, oh, yeah, this wooden pattern I made here like reflects these types of sounds and blah, blah, blah. But so while we
no,
were there, all this guy did was like bluegrass mountain music.
yeah.
And so we would mixing stuff. And one day he was like, hey, I just did something last night for fun with some samples from one of my clients. And he had pulled Jay-Z. He actually had Jay-Z rent because
Nice.
he has like a cabin out in the mountains with the recording studio. So when
Uh,
you have one song left on your album and you're really not doing anything, but you're just like, I'm going to wrap up the album. They go there and they hang out in his
that's
cabin for
cool.
2 weeks. But
Nope.
he did a pretty funny bluegrass. mix for me. But so I do want to say, I did a little test. I've been known for being that guy. I will sometimes, like, for instance, post things that are inaccurate or just wrong, just to see if somebody notices it.
I
And
don't, because I don't pay attention to you that much to be like, he's right, he's wrong.
but like we had someone win a prize once because I posted it, and I don't even remember what it was, but it was so wrong. Like I forget what it was. Like I referred to the
Ooh.
Mandalorian as Boba Fett or something, to see if somebody would catch it. And somebody did catch it, and so we gave them an autographed comic book, not autographed by me, but by the creator.
I would hope not by you, because that devalues the comic.
He's such a dick move. I'm just autographing random comics. Hey, I got you the Spider-Man 129. It's really dope. I autographed the cover.
It was worth thousands, but now good luck getting a penny, bitch.
With each letter, it drops by $100. Jack. Ooh, there's $100. Okay. A. Ooh, that's 200. C. Oh, 300. No. Last week I've been telling you guys every week I'm gonna add a prize to the bundle, and nobody called me on it. Last week I didn't mention anything. I didn't add anything. And I waited. I was gonna give somebody something for free, and you guys didn't notice. So I am gonna do a quick catch up real quick so that you guys get an idea of what's currently in the bundle.
Make your screen bigger so people can see it.
I will. I like being in my little corner. Wait, how can I
know. I know. It's where it's actually where I keep him all the time, in a little corner, so he's used to it now.
Pretty much. So we're gonna go through some quick prizes, guys. Remember that the only way to get
I'm all about prizes.
The only way to get into this, you don't get to win them, Kat. As the host,
or do I? I'm using an alias to enter in.
I would not be shocked, to be totally honest, Kat.
I'm using my sister's name.
Yeah, I'd be like, is that? And it's just like your address. Anyway. So again, this is just an idea because some of the things that we keep adding, we are going to put them all into a nice little picture for you or whatever. But I know that we promised 5 or 10 comics or something that on the first day. I think it was, or the second day was like 5 comics, all valued at $10 or more. And I'm not going to pull all those out. So let's see here. First of all, like for instance, I'm pretty sure. Flipping through these here. Yeah, for instance, I know that we've got like an original Teen Titan, one of the first Titan comics is in there. And Alpha Flight number 1 is in the bundle, so you guys will have to look for those on another day. But real quick, I'm just going to throw these up here. There's this really dope hologram Aquaman.
Love it.
And these are all number 1s here, guys. So yeah, I'm just going to keep it going. These are all, you can win all of these.
I have that one.
It's because it's dope. It is. This one, I want to read it because I was just curious. But Guardians 3000, number 1. We've got a Batwoman here for you.
Ooh, that's great. I like that.
We've got some Dark Horse thrown in here. Dark Horse number 1. They got a lot of shine on it. Mecha. This one I thought was pretty cool, man. Again, I really want to just open these babies up and read them, but I don't want to like put my fingers all over them before I send them to you guys. Wacky Raceland from DC.
Oh, I like that cover.
And we are trying to. There's a reason. You'll notice there's some DC, there's some Marvel, there's some Dark Horse. We got some Valiant in here. Harbinger Renegade, and this one's Harbinger Omegas. I really dug this cover, but I like that.
Yeah, that cover's good too.
So those are all number 1s, right? That are in the bundle that you can win. On top of that,
but wait, there's more.
Oh wait, there's more. I wish I didn't. Next up,
it's my sick dance.
For those of you who don't remember or didn't know, we have this bad boy autograph.
And that's really why I want to enter.
You see King right there? Yeah. That's his autograph.
I want to enter just for that.
Well, I mean, it's already in this really dope.
It's Gator Guard!
It's Gator Guarded, baby. Now here's where things are about to get nutty. This is like a punishment because you guys had all last week to start sharing and commenting and subscribing to get yourself in the running, and you
Yeah.
lost that opportunity. So now you're gonna find out what may
What we
have slipped
missed.
through your fingers,
What
but not
slipped through
really.
my fingers because I don't pay attention to you.
So first of all, because you guys are now behind, so I'm gonna go big screen on here. Check this out,
Do it. Put me in the
guys.
corner.
Oh yeah, I can put you in the corner. That's right. There we
There
go.
you
So check
are.
this out, guys.
Oh.
And this is one of the things I actually really dig, that these boxes do a display. Isn't that cool? I always thought that was a
So
clever
cool.
idea. So we got
Oh,
some Cyclops in here.
damn.
We have given away so many of these.
Real Cyclops. It's not the movie.
Yeah. It's the real Cyclops, not that movie, dude.
It's not Pretty
Um,
Boy.
so yeah, so you've got all of those number ones. You've got the autograph, and it's upside down, but whatever.
Yes.
The autograph Bane in a slab. And I want to reach out and say thank you to our sponsors,
Gator Guard.
Gator Guard, um, Elite Canna Foundation,
Ali.
and Heroes Con, or also known as Heroes Are Hard to Find, the comic book shop in Charlotte, if you guys are not
Comic
familiar
book
with
shop
there.
in Charlotte.
Now
This work.
this one I'm pretty excited about. If you're a fan of the artwork by Kessel and Grummett and the storylines, and you are familiar with Section Zero, this is the bad boy, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I held this for a while. I was like, maybe I'll just keep it. But we're not. That would be wrong. So we have autographed by both of them in the Gator Guard already. Section Zero. Issue. What is this? Issue number 1? That's right. Oh, boom.
Are you sure I can't enter?
I know, dude. This art.
It's
If
amazing.
you guys are, I mean, these guys are stellar. If you are not familiar with Kessel and Grummett, you're living under a rock. But their artwork is amazing. Their stories are amazing. If you don't know who they are, Google them. This is their personal project. This is one of the reasons we got this, is because they're very well known comic book creators, and there's obviously a bunch of stuff that they have done with other companies and whatever. But issues with the breakdown were all about supporting the artists and the creators. So we specifically got one of their comics, one of the ones that they care about, that they promote, and we got them to autograph it. If you like these prizes, all you got to do to get into the running is subscribe to our YouTube, like our Facebook page, and comment on as many videos and share as many videos as humanly possible. We
As
are tracking it.
posible.
Yes, sí, as many as posible. And I'm going to hint that that's not the only Section Zero stuff going into the bundle. I'll say that right now. I mean, we have so much more coming, guys. This is just the start. If we sit down and start valuing all this crap, by the time it's over, it's going to be thousands. But the shipping may also be. But so those are the current prizes in the list. So we're up to I don't know, 20 comics or something. A figurine. Yeah. There's a T-shirt we already put in there. I think it was a Captain Marvel T-shirt.
Yes.
So it's just going to keep going, y'all.
I like it a lot.
And I'm excited. I mean, I legit I really like Section Zero, so I was already kind of biased. But
I've always wanted to read it. I had never had a chance. That's why I was like, dude, can I can I just have that?
It's Thanks. So good. And if you guys are ever at Comic-Con, I highly recommend you speak to these guys. They are very approachable, very nice, very forthcoming. They're on Issues With our show, so you'll get to know them a little better in season 1. But more prizes to come.
So I sent you a video that has gone viral of a celloist, Samara, who redid the 90s theme song for X-Men. And it is mesmerizing because it's done the way, you know, how a single person does all the beats and all the voices in the Brady Bunch boxes. She did that style with her cello, and I'm just mesmerized. I've watched this thing a million times and I just love it.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'll pull it. Let me see if I can pull it down and
Yeah.
slap it up for you guys real quick because I was blown away. I'm not even gonna pretend.
Yeah, it's
As soon
so
as I saw this, I was like, wow.
um
I also can't play the cello, but I'm always impressed by people who can.
I can't I
Do you
I
play an
can't
instrument?
no. Well, I was gonna say
Why do I
something
feel like a
dirty.
dirty joke is coming?
You know, and that's exactly what. That's what I was like. I'm gonna say, and then I was like, oh no, I can't. I'm live.
No, 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 no. Come on, you got to. Who
Mm-mm.
wants to hear Kat tell her dirty joke? Come on,
Nope.
what is it?
So anyway, she does a lot of different different theme songs. She did the Super Mario Brothers, DuckTales, He-Man,
DuckTales.
yeah, He-Man, Masters of the Universe. Um, but the
Nice.
X-Men one seems to be the one that has gotten her the most
No,
attention because I mean it's such an iconic. Not that these other ones aren't iconic, but in the comic book world, that's one of the most iconic openings to a cartoon show
I think
based on
honestly, in the cartoon world, I think it's known
true.
as one of
Because as
the
soon as
most
you hear the
famous
first
songs.
two beats, you know what's
You
happening.
know it, yeah. And
Yeah,
actually, like, I mean, you can see my phone is like an
yeah.
X-Men phone, but that's my ringtone. I mean, I
Oh,
think a
it's
lot of us who grew up with this, like, it really sticks up. So anyway, I'll play a bit of it,
yeah.
maybe all of it. Just a bit.
How do you
Whoa,
not? How do
dude,
you not know?
she even started with the song.
I mean, how do you not know? I love it. It's like my favorite thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. It's my faves.
Wow.
Man, they don't make cartoons like they used to.
They really don't. And they don't make theme songs like they used to.
No, because nothing ever has a theme. Like, rarely do you see things with a theme song.
Well, I actually read something about this that I felt so fascinating. I'm going to break it down. She's amazing. Check that out though if you haven't. The comicbook.com CB.
And
You
then they
guys,
have her linked so you can go find
you can
her
find it there.
if you want to see the other stuff.
So here's the craziness. I actually thought this was a fascinating concept that there was a couple companies they did interviews with, specifically because of, I don't know if you can hear about it, this crazy thunder here. But because of the Marvel shows on Netflix, which had these very dramatic openings, and they really paid attention to the open, and they wanted to look cool, and they wanted to have a cool song that kind of like, stuck with you.
Mhm.
And one of the things that the people who created some of those, and I guess some of the producers, I can't even remember who all was involved in this article, but they talked about the death of show opens. And they were like, as soon as streaming started, nobody wanted to watch an open, especially YouTube. They're like, YouTube really started it because everyone wanted to get past stuff, and they
Yeah.
could. And so they were like, that was what killed it. Was they were like, it killed the whole idea of an opening. So there was no point in opening. So people, that producers and shows, and started making those openings like shorter and shorter and shorter until they're basically pointless. I mean, it's like a 5-second like do 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 and a logo, and they move on. And they wanted to bring that back. And Stranger Things apparently helped launch that as well. People were like so into just the opening that every show after that was like, hey, maybe we should do openings again. I always thought that was interesting. I was like, yeah, I didn't think of it that way, but it's true. We don't get opens like we used to. I
Um,
like it personally.
I love a good opening. So there is something I forgot to say. Yesterday during my bed day, because I was like, you know what, let me get my kid through through this second day of virtual learning, and then I'm gonna go say hello to my bed again. I decided to finally, 50 years later, watch the Harlequin show on DC. I
It's
only
so good.
I only got through the first 2 episodes because it was lights out after that. But I freaking love it.
It's
I
really
almost got
good.
divorced because Zach, the first episode, was like, this is so silly and childish and stupid. And I'm like, I don't know who you
I
are.
don't know you.
like, who are you? And then we watched, I was like, you know what? Then get out of the room. If you're not going to appreciate this, I don't want you near me with your bad vibes and shit. Um, so we watched the second episode and he was like, okay, I get it. I like it. And I
It
was like,
is.
you're such a loser.
I think it's amazing.
I love it.
I'm trying to find her name real quick. Um,
Keely Coco,
is that right?
the person
Anyway,
that
if you ever
one,
watched Big Bang
Big Bang
Theory,
Theory. Yeah,
Haley
Kelly Coco.
Cuoco,
Yeah,
Cuoco,
Coco. Well, everybody calls her Coco.
there's a U in there.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just telling you how other people pronounce it, Jack. I didn't say they were
Well,
right.
I don't follow what other people do.
I mean, when
I
it comes to name
blaze my own
pronunciation,
path.
I have no other choice.
That's true. That's true. I could totally mislead you 100 ways on names and you would buy it.
Thank you.
But this show is
The bomb.
amazing.
I love it.
DC, just keep doing this. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm sure some DC fans are going to be like, but DC doesn't do a lot great. And I'm not picking on them. In the world of movies and shows, their animation does tend to be better, their animated movies. But this is what you guys should be doing. It's adult, right? Like the adult humor is cracking me up. The relationship with Poison Ivy, amazing. And I know you said you're on the third episode or second?
I'm on the second episode because Zach asked me if I wanted to see the third one, like continue, and he said he looked over and I was like lights out. So he didn't want to continue it and mess me up. So we're actually going to watch the third and fourth one once the kids go to bed. Like I can't watch this obviously with Joseph awake.
Yeah. No, do not watch this show with your kids in the room.
Not like even my 20-year-old, I'm questioning it. I'm like, do I want you to see this? I don't
know. But guys, if you don't know who Alan Tudyk, I hope I'm saying his name right, Alan Tudyk. If you don't know who he is, get off my computer. But he was in Firefly, which is like what most people connect him to. He's Mr. Nobody.
Yes.
If you're currently watching Doom Patrol, he is fantastic. And I love that he's on this show too. He doesn't have like the biggest part, but he plays Clayface.
Yeah.
I
thought he did more than just that. Is that the only one he
does? No, you may be right. He may do more than that. Trying to figure out how to make this stupid computer tell me what all he does.
Yeah,
Clayface. Okay, yeah. Oh, Condiment King, the Joker. So he's doing the Joker.
That's what it was.
That's amazing.
That's what it was. Because, so for those of you that don't know, we're huge Joker fans here. I just understand his psychology of thought because I'm a little wackadoo here. I haven't killed anybody. I'm not going to, but everything else I get. So immediately when we didn't recognize like an iconic animated Joker voice, it was like, dear Google, who is doing this? And I was like, Mr. Nobody.
Yeah. I mean, Alan Tudyk is amazing. He is really like one of those people, if you know him from some of those shows where he's like, you see his face, look up his voice acting career. It is nuts
stellar
how many things he's done. I mean, I don't know how he sleeps. He's just working. What?
I said it'll surprise a lot of people because it's like I didn't know a few of them.
He's doing the singing fish, the Condiment King, Dr. Trap, Cool Guard. He does I think he might be one of those people that you like to work with, so they're like, well, he's here, let's have him do some other funny voices because he's doing like all these random henchmen too, that he has like 2 lines.
So he's been on American Dad a lot.
Yeah, he has
been on Robot Chicken, Rick and Morty.
Yep.
Big Hero 6, the TV series.
I didn't even know there was a series.
2. We all know him from Doom Patrol.
He's in A Knight's Tale.
Dude, I didn't know that he was in Iago's voice in Aladdin. And I'm thinking it's like the TV series because isn't Iago voiced by what's his face? Affleck man.
Oh yeah, because this is he was in the 2019 Aladdin, so that is the live action.
That's live. I didn't see the year. He's
I'm
done.
not gonna watch that movie, but
No, I'm not. I tried to watch and I got like 5 minutes in and I was like, oh. He's done
a
Injustice,
lot
the
of
video game. He was Green Lantern, but so on and so on and so on. Oh my god, I didn't know this. He was the Candy King, King Candy in Wreck-It Ralph, which is one of
yeah.
my favorite
I
movies. I love
I
Wreck-It
did not know actually until just now that he's in Rogue One, Star Wars story as
Ralph.
K2SO or whatever that robot thing's name is.
What?
Yeah, that just kind of blew my mind.
The one that I didn't know was the Devil May Cry TV series. He's the devil.
Wait, there's a series? TV
Yeah.
series for Devil May Cry?
It is on Netflix.
Oh,
Oh,
hey, I'm
Devil May
sorry I didn't.
Care. Devil May Care. Sorry, not
Okay, I was like, no. I am gonna jump on here or throw up here that Dimitri. By the way, Dimitri, what's up, buddy? Always love seeing you.
looking forward
But
to Harlequin
I agree. If you
3.
haven't watched two yet, Cat,
I know. Well, I mean, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's a slow process. I'm
um,
a little sick. I could be dying. Nobody knows.
no spoilers, Dimitri.
Yes, please
She'll be
no
mad, but it's
spoilers.
so good. So I
It,
think those are. That's probably one of the best shows. I mean, I
yeah,
say that like very casually. I feel very comfortable saying that Harley Quinn is like one of the best shows I've seen in a long time. That's fresh. Um,
yeah,
she deserves it. Harley Quinn has always deserved this kind of work, in my
care.
opinion. But like they're just doing something I've never seen before from DC. The way that they're building the characters and the relationships, and it's just really different than anything I think they've ever tried to do.
Yeah,
Um,
because they're giving her more of this, not more, they're giving her the spotlight with
yeah.
everybody else sprinkled around when it's usually Batman and Joker the spotlight and she's sprinkled all around. You know
Well,
what I
and
mean?
they're allowing like, I mean they pick on everybody. They pick on Batman. They pick on Gordon, James Gordon. Man, they
Oh my god, the
they
first time I
ripped him a
saw
new
him,
one.
what is this? And I
But
was just like dying.
the thing I really was impressed with on this show is they're giving her depth. Like, and I don't, I'm sorry if this is a spoiler. I'm gonna try not to really spoil anything important. But Poison Ivy is a real friend in real life. Your friend would talk to you this way. Your boyfriend's an abusive dick. And when
Yeah,
they talk about Joker, they go through all the like, yes, there's something wrong with the woman that would stay with the Joker. Oh yeah.
yeah,
And they
yeah.
dive into it. And then they get into her backstory, her family. Like
Oh,
you're like, wow, they're developing Harley Quinn more than I think they've almost developed Batman. Like,
yeah.
no
So
offense to you, Batman, but you're kind of
yeah, the first
dead.
episode is when um Poison Ivy is telling her like, dude, snap the hell out of it. He's like a loser. But I didn't know that they go into like family stuff too.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give that away, but yeah, it doesn't stop. I mean, in every like as it goes, you just learn more and more and more about her. I agree, by the way, Dimitri. It would be interesting to see Punchline get in there, but not for, like seasons. I would prefer they wait because they're doing such a good job of building her up. I don't want them to muddle it
Yeah.
yet. But I do love I mean, they dive into like minor villains that you haven't really thought about in forever, and they kind of introduce them and give you like a social reason, like why you have, like all the other villains are kind of like, yeah, he sucks. He had this divorce a few
Kite
years
Man.
ago. Yeah,
Speaking of Kite Man, like
I,
I'm like, what came first? South Park's Kite Man or
oh,
DC's?
that's true. Holy crap! Full circle, baby.
It's what I do around here. This is why they pay me the little bucks.
Clayface, 100%.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh my god.
and Brad, I will say,
Bane for me, I'm just like, what? Why is Bane like behind the scenes? He's a bitch, but when he's
yeah,
fighting, I
Bane,
love that. He's
he's
like,
like,
who's he? Oh, he's talking to Scarecrow, and like coffee is what is it? It says coffee is fuel or something like that on
yeah,
his mug, and I was
yeah.
like,
He's like, oh, what? I didn't know what to get her for her wedding. Yes,
yeah,
I just
I love
love
what
it.
they did. Like he's a badass when he's fighting, but a bitch when
But
he's like off.
I always loved Clayface in the original animated series, and he was dark, and he was
Yeah, yeah,
so dark. And in this show, he's
yeah.
he's a thespian. That just cracks me up.
Yeah,
Like, Love
excited.
it.
I'm excited to continue it. I know it took me a while to get here, but here I am.
So
So
what are your so Dr. Psycho, you said so Dimitri, you're saying he was cool for a while, so you don't think he's funny anymore? What you may be ahead of us. It sounds like you've
oh
already
yeah,
watched all of season 2, so
I'm
don't
only on season 1, episode 2, bruh.
but I so far I've loved Dr. Psycho. I think he's really funny.
I can't wait to get there. Yeah, I'm
Have
definitely
you
on
wait, have
board.
you not seen Dr. Psycho yet? Has that not been introduced?
He doesn't sound familiar in the first 2
Okay.
episodes, but then
He's
again,
the hold on if I let me get this picture back up here. He's the guy in the bottom right corner there in the tux. Is the little tux.
no, I don't think I've seen him yet.
Oh man. I'm just when he gets introduced, you're gonna call me. You're gonna be like, no way. Like his introduction is
It's good.
amazing. It's
Okay.
amazing. And it has to do with yeah, okay. See, he says
Yeah,
he's
I'm only
already
on
watched.
episode 1, season 2.
True,
I
true.
mean,
There's a
season 1, episode 2. Like, I can't even think. Yeah.
true, by the way. Robin is also I mean, they don't nobody's safe, man. They take whatever version of the character that you're used to and they give you like the most hilarious, most insecure like
I,
version.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm like so open to it. Yeah. Um, like I'm paranoid because I've got a cough and I've got a slight fever, and I'm like, oh, this is it. It's finally got me. I
Oh
had the
god.
test. I had the test, and it came back like you don't have Rona, and I'm like, yay! And now I'm like, oh man.
You're like,
Like,
what do I have? Did you see that a squirrel was found that had bubonic plague?
stop! Don't! I can't! I can't
Yeah,
do
I'm
this.
not trying to freak you out or anything. Okay. Sorry, Jack. Oh,
I mean,
bad Jack. It's a bad Jack.
in all honesty, at this point, I'm not surprised by anything, but I'm just tired of hearing it. Like,
Yeah.
I already know what's bad in the world. Tell me something good. That would shock.
Have we covered everything good?
I think
I'm
we
trying
did.
to think.
We did.
Doom Patrol. I mean, we're like shows and comics keep me pretty
They
tame.
do. They do. Um, are you
Oh,
excited about this DC? Oh, you go first.
no. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna ask you if you're excited about DC fandom.
I am not
No,
in that loop.
I I see your face already, and you're just like, what are you saying to
Like
me? I could have
the
spoken Spanish to you, and you would have had that same
yeah.
face.
No, I probably would have understood more. I would have been like, oh, see, oh, me gusta. I would have just lied.
Oh
Right
my
along.
god. Slightly off topic. On Adult Swim on the 22nd at midnight, they're playing Batman The Dark Knight Returns in year 1, correct. But apparently they're doing other stuff too. Like it's a big to do event. It's called
Wow.
DC Fandom. I don't know that I'm going to be
The
staying
22nd.
up that late, but I definitely want to see year 1.
Have you
Um,
not seen your one?
No, because I have the comics, so I've been scared that it's, gonna
I
suck.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I did.
But they're hyping it up so much, and I've seen like the commercials so much that I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm finally gonna be a big girl and I'm gonna watch it. So,
I'm trying to remember his name, but one of the reasons I popped it on, honestly, was that I recognized the name. That the guy from Breaking Bad and Bryan Cranston.
uh-huh.
Bryan Cranston plays Jim Gordon, and so I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch it because I love
I
I
didn't
love
know.
Bryan Cranston.
I
Um,
have year 1 hardcover, year 1 soft cover. I hate saying soft cover. It sounds so
floppy. I had this conversation with somebody recently where they were like, "What do you call a not hardcover?" And it was like soft cover or floppy is like the industry terms, and I don't
Oh,
like either. I agree. I like soft cover sounds. You're like,
I don't like
it's
it.
just a regular comic.
Yeah.
Um, interesting. Dimitri was saying it's easier to follow in the movies than in the comic. Um, I would like to hear your opinion on that, Cat, after you've watched it. You know
Yeah.
what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
Just because you're clearly up to speed on the story,
I
from
am.
the comic. Um,
It's one of my, well,
Brad,
obviously,
no offense, but we're not going to dive into the old guard right today, this time.
I
But
think the old guard's part of the DC fandom, is what he's saying.
oh, is it? I thought the old guard was the Charlize Theron.
The Netflix movie thing.
Yeah,
I haven't
which
watched it.
it's not bad, but again, we're not going to dive into that.
No, I know.
But Brad, if I'm wrong and you're referring to part of the DC fandom, let me know.
Because there's
Um,
something in the DC fandom that's what I thought he was saying.
hmm.
Um,
And again, like going back to like when I say Harley Quinn is like one of the best things DC has done, I'm not knocking their
yeah,
animated work. They have some amazing movies, and I have not even watched them all. I often um, catch something like way after the fact. For instance, I have not seen the Ninja Batman, Batman Ninja, whatever it's called.
oh, that's actually I liked it. I enjoyed it a
Yeah,
lot. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. Like I thought I was just gonna sit through it and suffer, but I enjoyed
yeah.
it more than I thought I was going to. So to elaborate, DC
Okay,
fandom is the ultimate 24-hour experience for the world's greatest fans. August 22nd.
okay. 24 hours. So it starts at midnight, but then it goes all day.
That's
Um,
yeah. So
Okay, so Brad is correcting me. He's like, it is a comic book, and I actually knew that somewhere in the back of my head. You're right, it is a comic book. I watch it, enjoy it. Before we dive into all that, though, Dimitri was saying, is the live action Spawn worth a watch? Um,
hmm.
Now, I am sure a lot of people are gonna. I've seen a lot of people trash talk it online over the years, and I
Yeah.
understand that it doesn't stand up. Like by current standards, it seems ridiculous, maybe. Um, but I do think Michael J. White did an incredible job.
Yes.
I
I will.
really do. He
Yeah.
he could do so many things, honestly, I think. I mean, even his little part in the Dark Knight movie as Gamble. Um, I think he's actually a very talented guy who kind of gets pigeonholed into these action things. And I met him once,
Oh, you did?
actually over 3 or 4 days, hung out with him as at working at convention, and his bicep is the size of my thigh, like it's like my waist. It is
Oh,
nuts. Like when you meet him, you're like, no, 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 you really could be like Spawn or somebody because he's
that's
fucking
crazy.
huge. But I think he did a good job. And I recommend you do watch Spawn. If you're a Spawn fan, I think you'll have fun watching it. And if for no other reason, John Leguizamo's version of the clown, or clown, I guess they call him. I always think of him as the Violator. Is incredible.
Yeah. I like John Leguizamo. I've always liked him. Always liked his comedy.
Wow.
Well, I mean, his comedy is relatable to me because his life is literally what I lived. I'm like, are you spying, or are really all Hispanic moms like that? Like,
Mm,
accurate.
a little bit of truth probably to that
A little
cliche
too
that.
much nail on the head.
But I think John Leguizamo is extremely underrated as an actor. I think a lot
Mhm.
of people think of him when he was much younger. He got into these like The Pest. That's how old I am. John, if you're watching, I remember The Pest, and I'm not going to trash you for it. But
I mean,
um,
I didn't like Tu Wong Fu and the Super
whoa,
Mario
yeah,
Brothers. I love Tu Wong Fu.
Tu Wong
It's
Fu is an Academy movie,
is my favorite movie.
and I don't care who you are. That shit's funny.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
and
well,
deep,
this
and
is
it
for I guess it's a different conversation because I was just gonna dive into Tu Wong Fu. Don't get me started with Tu Wong Fu. I freaking love that movie.
next week on the breakdown. Tu
Tu
Wong
Wong
Fu
Fu
in a
with love,
play-by-play.
Julie Newmar, because it's the whole lengthy thing.
I'm surprised nobody's jumping on here. Like, what is Tu Wong Fu,
Oh
dude?
God, it's a cult
Patrick
classic.
Swayze, Wesley Snipes, and
John
John
Leguizamo.
Leguizamo, and it's probably the best work that the three of them ever did in terms of acting. Because Blade
Uh,
is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but in
I will
terms of doing something difficult as an
yeah,
actor, I
yeah,
think
yeah.
outside of who they are, probably in their personal lives.
And that's what I was gonna say. It's a lot of people can say, well, it sucks because it's not real drag queens. And I'm like, yes, but you also have to understand they didn't do it with satire. They didn't do it jokingly. They did
No,
it as real people. Like there's nothing,
yeah,
what's the
they're
word
not
I'm looking
making fun of cross-dressing or
exactly.
transgender or
They
anything like that.
immerse themselves. And if I remember correctly, all three of them hung out at drag clubs and with legit
Oh
excuse
yeah, they
me,
took it.
yeah, they were like, we want to know what you do, how you do it, how do you handle this. And I think that's what made me love the movie even more, is
Yeah.
that they were respectful enough, all three of them, to be like, tell me how you tuck, tell me how you would handle this situation, tell
Yeah.
me, like, is this proper for me to do? And I was like, I love you guys, thank
I
you.
mean, and not to pick on Wesley Snipes, if you see what you see about him in the media, you wouldn't
Yeah,
think he would do this movie, frankly.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And not only did they do it, but yeah, I mean, the humor, the part that's really funny about it is has nothing to do with picking on them. It's really about people hating them, and they try to make it funny so that you can kind of ingest it and go,
yeah.
"Yeah, but this is a real topic. They're dealing with something very serious." And you root for them. I mean, I know people who are like, "Yeah, it's not my kind of movie." And by the end of the movie, they're like, "Yeah, kick his ass!" Like,
And then, like, oh, I don't. But the full circle moment with John Leguizamo, how he starts and how he finishes, and it's like,
well done. Yeah.
I
So back to Spawn,
sorry,
Dimitri. I would watch it. I think I don't. There is talk. Todd McFarlane's got more going on with Spawn. That's awesome. But if they let anybody else do the Violator, I'll be pissed because he's definitely the guy for it. For those of you who haven't seen the Mario movie, you,
dude.
you might need something to make it enjoyable. But
Just
yes,
remember, it was 80s still, or was it already in the early 90s? I think it was late 80s.
I think it was late '80s. I'm gonna double
So
check it real
yeah,
quick.
please look that up. It was late 80s, so remember that.
Oh shoot, I was wrong. It was
93, right?
1993.
What I say, 93. Woo!
Just
Still
when you
forgive.
look at the cast, you would look at the cast and go, "This has to be a good movie." The Bob Hoskins. Oh my God, John Leguizamo. Yeah, Dennis Hopper. Are you kidding me?
And then it's
And
like,
it just
whoa.
keeps going. You're like, oh man. Then you watch it and you're like, this is somebody was on drugs when they approved this. I
100%. Like,
I would have
I'm
given anything to be in the room when they screened the very first cut for like the investors. They'd all kind of be like, "Oh God, I'm gonna lose everything." So Dimitri, I gotta ask, what do you mean, like Venom? What's that mean?
is Spawn
What?
like Venom or
Yeah, are
93?
you saying that we um, something we said you would compare to Venom? Um, Totally don't get it.
I know.
I it's
Yeah,
you're gonna
we go
tell us, and I'm
so
gonna feel stupid.
fast. It's like we apologize for being,
Yeah, you guys are faster than us.
yeah.
I love Brad was on there like 93.
Yep.
Clearly, Bradford, that is your favorite movie.
And you know what made me remember that it was 93? Because I was graduating from 8th grade, and I was like, wait a second, that should happen in 83. Yes, I'm that old. Everybody, shut
I
up.
love I don't love it, but Epi, for those of you who don't know Epi, my wife, she is younger than me, and she
My BFF.
loves to point shit out. I'll say something about like, oh yeah, I saw this in '93, and she's like, let's see, was I born yet? Dude, it sucks so
Eppy's my BFF. She doesn't know it.
you both just enjoy torturing me, so yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's great. I love Eppy. I've
And
actually got
actually,
a better Christmas gift for her than I do for you.
doesn't
It's true.
really surprise me. Um, Brad was saying, I think Spawn should be a horror movie like Venom.
Oh,
Was Venom a horror movie? Like,
I
are you
wouldn't.
talking about the Tom Hardy Venom?
I
Because
don't think
I
that's
would
all.
like that too. I would like a straight up horror Venom. I'd be okay with that. I want to jump back to real quick if we have time. Brad brought up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Batman crossover. Did you watch that, Cat?
No,
I've heard amazing things and I haven't seen it either. So I think we both
it's a
just
movie,
lost. It's
or you just
it's a
talking
comic
about.
and a animated
I have the
film.
comics. I have the comics. I have not read them yet. If I showed you my bedroom, you guys would be so disappointed in me. So
What does
disappointed.
that even mean? My my brain
Because
started going through all the things that I could translate that into.
um,
If you
so
could see my bedroom, you'd be so disappointed. There's no
Because
swing in the corner.
no, we had to take the swing down because I bought a lot of comics.
You bought a lot of comics?
I bought a lot of comics and they don't fit in my storage or in my long box. And I didn't buy a long box thinking I had room for it. So now they're all stacked in like four big ass stacks at the foot of my bed. And Zach was like, if you don't get this shit under control, I'm gonna have to kick you.
I'm not allowed to. Like, the stuff you see behind me is behind me for a reason. It stays in the office.
Yeah.
Especially like the skulls. I collect all sorts of weird stuff. Epi would leave me in a heartbeat.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I saw this really because I was trying to figure out how to get my comics under control, and I saw this great bin, cheap, easy way to do like the pull-out bin thing from
Yeah.
Pinterest. So I did it. The problem is I have way more comics than I do the bins and the stuff, so I have to
So,
order more.
so what are these? These are prefab bins
Mm-hmm.
that slide
That
out.
you yeah. So you know the cube storage
Mhm.
that they sell, and you see those fabric boxes in it.
Yeah.
You don't buy the fabric boxes. You buy these clear bins that fit the comic books, and
Oh,
then you fill it up. And then in front, you just put a sheet of paper as to what comics are in there, and then you put it in the bin.
got it.
But I need about 3 more cubes and 100 more bins to fit the rest of the flipping comics I've got. And Zach's just like over it.
I mean, if you start getting into looking at the different types of storage units, bins, and things, there are some amazing. I mean, there's like these wooden ones I've seen where you put the first comic in the front in a clear case, so that
Oh, that's what I was trying to
and
do,
they're
but that's
wood,
too expensive.
so expensive. And if you
Um,
have a lot of comics, it adds up. I mean, they're not like so expensive that buying one would be a big deal. But if you need to buy, 30, it's
yeah,
like
and that's the
buy
problem.
by the
They're
car payment.
so expensive because that's the way I saw it on Pinterest. I'm addicted to Pinterest. Um, I have an idea. Y'all can give me your comments. That would be a great idea. But what had happened was I bought them, and Zach's not a very big fan of me buying stuff and giving it away unless it's like Christmas or birthday.
I like your
So
optimistic ideas, though, Brad. That's
yeah, I like it too. But what had happened is I
gonna leave you.
can't.
Okay, so Dimitri, the Ultimate X-Men comic box. Um, so you saying I see on eBay. So you do see them. I haven't seen an Ultimate comic, an Ultimate X-Men. They have a really good House of X, Powers of X, or whatever, Dawn of X, or whatever you want to call it, box that I picked up. They have great the '90s run X-Men comic boxes. Those are freaking fantastic.
So I just recently discovered that one of my variant covers for my House of X is worth like $75.
Which one?
It has the Phoenix on it. What's her face?
I think I know the one you're talking about. It's like
And
one of
I
the
was
few
like,
I
ooh,
still don't have.
it is an extra comic. Do I sell it or do I let it go up in price and then sell?
No, you don't sell it.
It's an extra comic. I
I'm waiting
already
for Epi to bang on my door and be like, "Stop telling people not to sell comics. Like, sell 7 of yours today, Jack."
yeah.
I love the whole Dawn of X thing. I love it. I did get a bunch of variants because some of the variants are just fucking spectacular. They did a what did they call it? Crap. I'm totally blanking on it. Not
You
deja
can do it.
vu.
You can do it.
Foreshadowing. Not foreshadowing. Sort of like foreshadowing. They used a different term, but anyway, there's a bunch of these where it's like a character stepping out of the mist, and it kind of lets you know that that character's coming up. They did one for Apocalypse. They did one for Mr. Sinister.
Oh,
They did one for Omega Red. That is so freaking dope. Those they just
not
got
for
great.
that's not foreshadowing. What is that? It is
Somebody,
hinting.
somebody gonna jump in here? No.
Teaser.
All right. Watch. I'll go to the extreme of backing up in my room and finding it. It's right behind me somewhere. For crying out loud. Hold on.
It is. I don't know what it is. try to make Jack feel better. But I was trying to find the bins to show you guys what I did in the bedroom. It's at the foot of my bed. Maybe I'll just take a picture, but my room is such a mess. Like
Did you guys like that as I walked away? You got to see
I
me
love
from
it. It
behind.
was great.
I know.
You did good, man.
Well, I've been working out.
I work out.
I've been working out to help you guys with the view of my butt when I turn around on camera.
I'm sure somebody will appreciate it. Not me though.
Um,
It's
thanks. Happy. No, all right. So,
Kat said she didn't like my butt.
oh, Dimitri, you're trying to finish this run? Wait, which one? I'm trying to finish the
I'm
run. I'm
missing
missing at least
at
35
least
issues.
35 issues.
Oh, of Ultimate X-Men. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, so this is the Mr. Sin, and I don't think these are very valuable, honestly. I think they're just cool.
Oh, I can't.
And I know people are not a big fan of Sinister. I actually like Sinister.
I have a lot of the Storm variant covers.
Oh yeah, so do I. Apocalypse, which is, if you haven't read these, Apocalypse is a pretty important character, and this is probably my favorite because I freaking love Omega Red.
I'm trying to remember what covers I have. Well, I mean, I know I have the Phoenix one, and I have a lot of Storm ones.
Anyway, probably the king of variants these days is the Venom and all the stuff with Null, and we'll get into that on another day.
Yeah.
I know people are probably sick of hearing us talk.
No, they're not. First of all, they might be sick of you, but they love me. It's what makes them keep coming back.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What about the Storm cover on the new X-Men series?
Yeah. X-Men, not Dawn of X.
Well, he said on the new X-Men series.
Yeah, which is called X-Men.
Yeah, do I have that one? I think I do. God,
I've got, but I'm not taking them out.
Bradford. I can't even. Oh my God! Bradford. Do you know? Yeah, I can't even say his name.
Bradford.
Bradford. It's terrible.
It's kind of like Yosemite or Summit.
I know, Jack, you haven't been on my Facebook page because you haven't sent me a million texts on how dumb my whole family is. But yesterday, just a quick little laugh for everybody, just so you know that I'm really the way I am on and off camera. So yesterday, my daughter asked for soda for dinner. We're not big soda fans. Soda is a treat. Okay, we keep it for, we keep the mini cans for like rewards and stuff like that. So she asked for a soda for dinner. And Zach goes, no, all kinds of aggressive and mean. And she's like, well, fine, Dad, thanks. And I was like, Jana, don't listen to your dad. He's ornery. And they both stopped in their tracks and they were like, he's what? And I was like, he's ornery. And then they were like, what are you saying? I was like, ornery, like cranky. And then Zach said it the right way, and I can't say ornery.
I don't know that I can say it now that you're saying it wrong.
Ornery.
It's really hard to say something when someone says it's so wrong 3 times.
Yeah.
Ornery? How are you saying this? Ornery?
Like OR-A-KNE. Ornery. Surprise, guys! I am the way I am on and off camera.
You know what's funny about the word when someone's being ornery? Is that I hear it in my head with a deep Southern accent. I'm not sure why. But yeah, I will say your Facebook is entertaining. Now, if you guys haven't tuned in, definitely tune into the High Heel Gamer on YouTube.
Yes, please do. Check me out.
The High Heel Gamer you've been cracking me up lately, Kat. I've been watching your gameplay.
Do you see the warnings that I give people in the description? I'm like, dude, I yell. Like, don't.
You say them as random sounds. They're not words. That's what cracks me up. Someone shoots you, you're like, like, what kind of response is that? Most
I
of
get
it's just
better.
curse.
I do. I swear to God, I get better. And then I revert back to yelling. Like I
Yeah.
get like there's this big chunk that's I don't yell and I'm actually getting better and you can see it. And then I revert back to yelling. And then the guys that I play with are like, why? Why are you back to this? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, it's great. It's
Yeah.
been fun.
What are you playing next? Do you have a like? Are you
Um,
gonna skip to a new
I
game?
do have I have a list of my to-dos. So I actually had played The Last of Us, but something happened to my save. I can't remember what it was.
Oh,
So I'm replaying the first Last of Us. Um,
Erksoon.
I just finished Little Nightmares and all that DLC. Um, Ori and the Blind Forest. My daughter and I are playing Limbo because she loves the game and she wants me to play it. So you don't know what any of these are. Like, why did you ask? I hate you. Cat makes an ASMR channel. You do not like it's terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. Somebody did tell me I should make an ASMR Spanish channel, and I was like, I hate my voice. Like, what are you saying to me right now? Um, but
Okay. So we do need to wrap it up.
okay.
I am going to real quick oops, hold on, I am clicking on I it sucks that you guys can't see what I'm doing in the background, like as the producer, because sometimes I click on just the wrong thing and very weird glitches
I
occur.
don't know.
But Brad, I you sent me this, so I'm assuming you want me to show it. This is a picture of Brad in the bath. No, I'm kidding. But no, but he
The
sent this. This was
breakdown
the
after
cover.
dark.
This is the
What
cover of
is
Coffee.
this?
Yeah.
I have
It's the
not.
giant size. It's a one-off. It's not part of like the ongoing thing.
Jack, I swear to God, if you get me that, I will never bother you for like a weekend. You got Friday to Sunday if you find me that cover.
But I will say, if you guys are reading the current X-Men and you're missing out on the one-offs, you're missing big shit.
Oh, really?
There's been a Magneto. There's been a Nightcrawler. I mean, they're doing
That
some pretty awesome stuff. So yes, Brad, thank you for sending me that
Thank
because
you, Brad, because I actually didn't know. I didn't know about that cover, obviously, because I'm like, Jack, get me that cover, get me a Gator Guard, and I would like, do they have yellow? Oh, they have gold. I would like gold screws.
They do have gold. I don't know that we'll reach out to Victor at Gator Guard because I feel like there might be like a kind of she's like a magenta-ish kind of purpley red there in the center.
Well, I was going with the gold because of what's around.
Yeah.
Okay, Jack, whatever you want, whatever color you want to give me, that's fine. I just need that cover in my life. Like,
you're gonna get this color, translucent. It's all nothing.
This is why Jack and I are not really friends, because you see, I put my all out there and Jack just squishes it like a bug.
I squish your dreams.
Sounds right. That haunts me in my nightmares, by the way. You sounding like that, saying those exact words, and me Anyway, get off my screen so I can. Okay.
Hold on. Before I go, guys.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Here's more. This is the last thing I'm throwing up here. So, guys, if you are not already aware, we have a Kickstarter currently going, and we're coming. I think we've got 11 days left. We did pass the mark. We've hit some of our stretch goals. We're adding more cool stuff. And the best part about most of our stretch goals is basically it's just free to everybody. Like once we hit a stretch goal, we're just adding stuff to what you get. It's called Hangar 66. If you don't know about it, get out from under your rock, check it out. Go to Kickstarter.com and just look up Hangar 66.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And I'm going to give you all a quick little taste. Little one. Itty bitty. Little bitty.
Overnight, across the country. Nearby, rounds.
they're already on Kickstarter, but that's
Yep.
and that is just to throw this up here for you guys. Let's see, there we go. That is the cover. So this is an Italian comic that blew up in obviously Italy, but all of Europe. And we are translating it into English and bringing it to the United States. And that cover, that's only for the English translation. That is a specific, unique cover, and we've got all sorts of other specific, unique, dope stuff coming out. So jump on over to that, and that will not be the last comic you will hear about from us that we are publishing.
Of course
Hint,
not.
hint.
We're a comic show.
There's more coming. So much more. Maybe
And
soon too.
FYI, Brad says you don't give him anything either. Jerk.
You know what? I see that, Brad. I see Bradford up in here. Look, you got a
Wait,
freaking
do I know
crown.
Brad? Oh, I think
Yeah.
I know Brad. I know Brad.
You just realized who Brad Ford is?
Yeah.
Hey, Brad, you got a freaking gold crown in your profile photo. You don't need things from me, buddy.
I'm sorry, Brad. I'm not feeling well, so do forgive. Or don't forgive and just give me shit. It's fine.
That's what we're here for.
It's what
Anyway,
we're-
guys, I'm going to tune out and let
Yes,
Miss
get
Cat
out.
here
Get
do
off
her
my
thing. It's always good to see you, Cat, and
It's always
Dimitri
good
and Brad,
to
and
see you.
everybody else that tuned in. Thank you for joining in, and remember, subscribe to our YouTube, like our Facebook, share, and comment like
That's
crazy.
my
It gets you that much closer to that big prize bundle.
Stealing my line. Get off my screen. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I appreciate you guys being so nice to me when I'm feeling sick. As always, like Jack said when he stole my line, like, share, subscribe, follow us, tell a friend if you're already following us, so that way you can be entered to win these cool prizes because I can't win it, so might as well be you. Go to issueswithshow.com as always, and I'll see you guys next week. Go send money to Hangar 66. Trust me, it's worth it. Bye.